Welcome to this session of mindfulness, awareness, and compassion practice. We're going to go through all three practices, beginning with grounding and centering. We'll do that with our eyes closed, and then mindfulness of breathing, and then awareness of environment, which we'll do with our eyes open. And then the compassion practice, which is more of a contemplation than a meditation. Because we're going to be practicing with our eyes open, you're going to want to adjust your screen or your seat so that you're not looking directly into your device. To begin with, we do this in sitting posture because the tendency if you're lying down is to go to sleep, and if you're standing up, it's to move around. And although there is a walking meditation that's practiced, we're going to be doing sitting meditation today. So, take your seat. If you're in a chair, if you can not lean against the back, that'd be good. If you have to for physical purposes, just slide your butt back against the back of the chair so that you're as upright as you can be. Let your eyes gently close and feel your sit bones pressing into your seat. Kind of even them out so that you're not tilted to one side or the other. And then feel like you're not tilted forward or back. Basically, your spine, your torso is upright, but not rigid. Now, as for our lower extremities, if you're sitting on a cushion on the floor, your legs are probably crossed in front of you already. If you're in a chair, put your feet flat on the floor so that your shins are perpendicular to the floor, with your feet about about hip width apart, and your knees also about hip width apart. If your knees are higher than your hips, then cross your feet in front of you at the same place and let your knees widen out so that they're lower than your hips. That's your base. Now, as for your torso, as I said, feel like your spine is upright but not rigid, and that it extends past your shoulders, up the back of your neck, to the back of the top of your head. And if there's a straight line, if it feels like a straight line, it won't be straight, there's natural curvature. But if it feels like a straight line from the back of the top of your head down to your tailbone, then you'll have the ideal upright posture. Even if our torso is upright, if our chin is sticking out in front of us, it's like we're in a hurry to get somewhere. If it's tilted up, we get spaced out. If it's tilted down, we get sleepy. So by having the back of your neck and the back of your head upright, in line with your spine, your chin comes in naturally, and the flow of air in through your nostrils and down your windpipe into your lungs is unobstructed by any extra curvature by your head being bent in a particular way. We're going to breathe in mainly through our nose. We're going to breathe in through our nose, if at all possible, just through your nose. And then as you breathe out, if some air comes out from your mouth, that's okay too. But it's a natural breathing, mainly through your nose, not an inhaling through your nose and then pushing out hard through your mouth, which some practices do. That's not what we're working with today. Okay, now, as for your arms, let your upper arms hang straight down, and bend at the elbows and swivel your hands up so that your hands are palm down on your thighs, probably just behind your knees. And your forearms go right along your thighs. Your elbows are pretty close to your body, not sticking out and not pressed in. We talked about your chin, and relax your jaw. Don't let your mouth hang slack open though. Your lips can be slightly parted or very lightly touching. Your tongue can just rest in your mouth naturally, or If it's comfortable, let the tip of your tongue float up and rest just behind your front teeth on your against your upper palate, very lightly. And it's said that that position of your tongue can reduce the flow of saliva. Now, it's not a problem if you have saliva and you need to swallow. Just go ahead and swallow. Well, as I said, we're in this upright sitting posture, but it's not rigid. And it's not supposed to be torture. So if you have to move, if you're uncomfortable and it occupies your mind, or you have to swallow because you have saliva, just do it mindfully. Just have the thought, I need to move now, or I need to swallow now. Then do it in a very gentle way, and then go back to whatever technique we're working on. The one additional thing that I'd like you to try is the center of your breastbone. We're going to add a little bit of tension here by feeling like you're lifting that up and forward just the tiniest bit, quarter of an inch. You'll feel that it opens your chest, pulls your shoulders back in line with your ears very naturally. You may even feel a tiny pinch in your shoulder blades. So there's our posture. Now, I mentioned adding this little bit of tension in your chest, but what we want to do is let go of whatever extra tension we're carrying with us. So we'll do a body scan using your awareness, just aware of whatever tension there might be in your scalp, your eyes, ears, cheekbones, again, your jaw. And any kind of tension that you encounter, just feel that you're aware, just being aware of it, you let it melt and flow down and out of you and into the earth. Your neck and shoulders, you may feel like your shoulders are relaxed, just really, without pushing, just let them fall. Let the tension flow out of your neck and shoulders down, melt and flow down and out of you into the earth. Upper arms, chest, upper back, everything except the tension you're keeping to keep your breastbone slightly raised. Rib cage all around, solar plexus, stomach, deep belly and lower back. Sometimes we feel you have to maintain the tension, a little bit of tension in your lower back and your hips to have your upright posture, but let everything else relax within that. Sometimes we're clenching our deep belly and pelvic region and don't really realize it. Take a breath, breathe out, let the tension melt. Breathe out, let the tension melt out of your deep core, pelvic region, thighs, forearms, and hands, knees, calves, ankles, and feet. Breathe out, head to toe, one big breath, all the tension flowing down and out of you into the earth. Breathe out and feel yourself sinking into the earth, merging with it. That's as grounded as you could possibly be. Part of the earth, but upright like a majestic mountain. Now move your awareness into your core, a few inches below your navel, just in front of your spine. As you breathe in and out, feel the depth, the three-dimensionality of your body. There's depth front to back as well as width side to side. Too often we think of ourselves like we see ourselves in a mirror, just our front. But there's depth. Feel that lower torso expanding as the breath comes in, contracting as the breath goes out. What you're feeling is the result of the diaphragm pushing down to bring air in, pushing up to send air out. But it feels like your deep core is filling with the breath and then emptying. In working with our breathing, be an observer more than a controller. I promise your body will keep breathing, even if you're not in control of it. Just relax into the rhythm of your body breathing. It may vary a little bit, long or short breaths, deep or shallow. Doesn't matter, just be an observer. Just relax with that rhythm of the breathing. It's a little bit like being at the beach and watching, on a quiet day, watching the water run up the sand and then back into the ocean. Up the sand, you're inhaling, back into the ocean, you're exhaling. The same rhythm of filling and emptying. Let's just relax with that rhythm for a minute or so. And as the gong fades, gently open your eyes about halfway. To be aware of your posture and the space that your body's sitting in. Let the breathing come and go naturally. And keep your awareness on that feeling, the internal sensation of filling and emptying. Aware of that internal sensation, of your posture, and of the space you're sitting in. And rather than focusing tightly on something with your eyes, just let them rest in the direction that they're pointing, but soften your gaze. It's as if you're looking at the space in front of you rather than the object at the end of your field of vision. You may notice sounds, movements of shadows, bodily sensations. They're all happening within your awareness. And thoughts, when they appear, may come and go. But if one thought leads to another and to another, and it takes you away into a daydream, at a certain point, you realize it, that you were someplace else in your mind. Just reconnect with your posture. Rest your awareness deep in your core, aware of the space you're sitting in. And pay attention to that sensation of filling as the breath comes in, emptying as the breath goes out. We'll do that for a couple of minutes. If you've gotten sleepy, your head has tilted down, reinvigorate your posture and notice the full flow of your breath coming in your nostrils, deep into your core, and then up and out. If your mind's gotten very busy, keep your gaze looking low and pay extra attention to the sensations of starting to fill, filling and full, starting to empty, emptying and empty. We'll continue for a minute or so more. And as the gong fades, you can refresh your posture a bit. Move as you need to. When you're ready to resettle, take your posture again. And now raise your gaze so that you're looking out in a natural way. It means your gaze will be slightly below the horizon, maybe almost down to 45 degrees. Not close, not all the way looking out. Somewhere in the middle, whatever feels natural. And then, again, not looking directly into your screen, open your peripheral vision. You can even feel your facial muscles around your eyes soften and open up your peripheral vision side to side, top to bottom. And having quieted our mind through the practice of putting our awareness inside, now we're opening up to outside. Breathing is the same. Let it come in through your nostrils. But instead of focusing on how it feels internally, feel like you're riding out with the breath. It's more about the out breath now. Going out, and as the breath dissolves into the atmosphere, just let your mind open up into awareness of the space in front, around, above you. All the colors, shapes, and shades of light and dark that you see, sounds coming from near and far, loud and soft, bodily sensations within that bigger space, and thoughts that are appearing in your mind. Mind is the awareness. Thoughts are part of the contents that appear. You perceive them the same way that you perceive sights, sounds, sensations, smells, tastes. It's like a sixth sense. Breathe out and open up. Breathe out and open up. You don't have to follow the breath back in, but that's included in your bigger awareness. There's more of an effort towards opening as you go out. Breathe out and open. Again, if your mind wanders off into thoughts and you're someplace else in your mind, in a daydream, when you realize it, reconnect with your posture, tune into the breathing, and go out and open. At some point, you may feel connected to that open, spacious quality and almost feel like it's a distraction to come back and go out and pick up the next out breath. So just let go of the breathing entirely and rest in that open spaciousness. Within that bigger awareness, breathing is happening, but it's not your focus. Sights, sounds, smells, taste, bodily sensations, and thoughts all happening, but not caught by any of them. Let them come and go in the spacious awareness of your mind. If you do this practice for a period of time, at some point a particularly vivid thought will appear, one that has some emotional tone to it. Notice how that thought fills the space of your mind. Notice how that thought triggers a sensation in your parts of your body. So that body and mind become completely caught up in it. Just be with that texture. Be with that feeling. Be with that awareness. Of all the aspects of that thought. And then ventilate it by breathing out and opening up. Breathing out, opening your awareness. So that thought and sensation are just included in a bigger mind, bigger awareness. And relax into that bigger space. The thought becomes more insubstantial, less demanding of your attention. The bodily sensation calms. We return to that open awareness where everything comes and goes. As the gong fades, we move from our awareness into compassion practice. And using that awareness of big spaciousness, raise your gaze so that you're looking out just above the horizon. Imagine, either look at or imagine the sky. With each out breath, imagine your awareness extends out farther and farther, out to the sky in front, out to the sky around you, out to the sky above. Know that all beings on this earth are under that same sky, different places, but the same sky. Think that all beings on this earth are on the same planet, on the same earth. Some live in water, others on the land, but all the same earth. And all connected with the same atmosphere between sky and earth. And know that we're connected with all other living beings in wanting to feel health, happiness, well-being, and be free from suffering in body and mind, illness and injury, anxiety and fear. So tune into your heart, and you can close your eyes if you'd like. You could even put your hand over your heart center, the center of your chest at heart level, and tune in to that aspect of our mind that's caring. The mind has the capacity to know and the capacity to feel. Feel how we care about ourselves and whether we're happy or not, whether we're suffering or not. Think about our loved ones, how it hurts our heart when they're suffering, how it brings joy to our heart when they're happy. And imagine your loved ones there in front of you. And as you breathe in, imagine that you're able to take their suffering into your heart and transform it into happiness and send that out to them. And when we tune into that heartbreak of our own and other suffering, breathe in your own suffering as well into your heart, and send out relief to yourself and others. You're not actually taking it in, you're imagining it. In the same way that it's empathy, you can imagine how they're feeling because it touches how you're feeling. And as best you can, extend that feeling, that imagination about all the people in the world, all the living beings in the world that are struggling and suffering so much. Just breathe in with the wish. I wish I could take all that suffering away from all of us, myself and others. Breathe out, I wish I could send health and well-being in body and mind to everyone. So just work with that wish. Breathe in the wish to free all beings from suffering. Breathe out the wish to send all beings that well-being in body and mind. Take away suffering in body and mind. Fill them with well-being in body and mind. Now let go of the contemplation and tune back into your deep core, eyes slightly open. Feel the breath filling and emptying your body. Simply present. And to conclude our practice, we want to take what we've experienced and bring it into our everyday lives. And to do that, we set an aspiration and a dedication. The aspiration is, may I be mindful and kind as much as possible throughout the day. And the dedication is that we've done this practice for that purpose. So we say, and you can repeat after me or put it in your own words, may the practice I've just done be of benefit to others as well as myself. And if you want to cultivate generosity, you can even say, may the practice I've just done be of even more benefit to others than to myself. So thank you very much for your kind attention in this mindfulness, awareness, and compassion practice.